A lot of you guys have been waiting on this video for a very long time. It's been way too long since I've tried to make this video. I apologize for that. It's just been really busy past couple months. So, first of all, I apologize for making y'all wait so long. Second of all, here's your part 2 of Duck Commander's Woody Call. When I left off on the last video, I believe we were working on the I don't know what to call it, the siren, like a search call. It's this is what it sounds like. So we left off on that, and I didn't really go in depth about how to do that. So that's why we're here today. We're gonna finish the how-to on that, and then move on to another Drake sound that I didn't cover in the last video as well. So all of these sounds are reproduced as the same people that I showed you samples from in the last video. It's the same guys. So they're called the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, and they have a really cool app on the Play Store. Everything you would want to know about birds and identification, if you had a question, you can find it on Google Play. And that's what the icon looks like. So if you guys wanted to go check that out, that would be really great. Especially if that would come in handy if you're a duck hunter and you're in your first outings. That would help you out a lot, because ducks are birds and they've got all the identifications on there. So with that being said about the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, I'm going to let you guys listen to a sample of what we're going to be going over here in just a minute. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to make that sound, and I'm going to go through the progressions of that sound, and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing in here. So here we go. What I'm doing there is, first of all, I'm going to be not spitting into the call, but giving it a nice push at the first opening. So without spitting into the call, you're going to spit into the call. So all I'm doing right there is my tongue is up front, obviously, because I'm it's like I'm getting something off of my lip with my tongue. So here's what you're gonna do. Put the call up to your mouth and pretend like you're spitting something off of your lip. So simultaneously while you're doing that, you're going to use these fine tuners right here to uncup and cup the call at several different points until you get the right rhythm. When you're out there and you're listening to them, different areas have different wood ducks, and not every wood duck sounds the same. So you've really got to match the hatch when you're trying to call these ducks. They may pretty much all sound the same to you, but they really don't all sound the same. So what you're going to try to do, spit into the call, because when they're first making this call, it's just an abrupt sound. It just starts. That's how it goes. And then once you have this coming open, like with the Drake sound that I showed you in the first video, with that, you're gonna do that at the very end of this call, but not with the twist off, like the tight squeeze that you need for the Drake. So what you're gonna do, spit into the call, use these fine tuners to open close at different points until you get the right noise. You hear that right at the very end? Whenever you make that first little trumpet sound, you're going to squeeze it off at the end, because when they come to the end of that call, it comes to a tight squeal at the end. Once your tongue has made that initial burst, you're going to get it out of the way. You're going to use it to spit that call into the call at first, and then move it out of the way once you get that trumpet sound going through. And whenever you are squeezing off, it's not going to play any factor into the call. You're just using your lungs to finish the call and tighten it down. I actually have video footage of me using this call in the field, and I'll let you see that. In the first video, I don't think we went over this call. It's a sound that the drakes make every now and then. They don't make it on every single occasion. So next, I'm going to show you something that we probably didn't go over in the first video too much, or even at all. So it's a sound that the drakes make whenever they are happy, feeding, whatever it is. They make this sound. They make that sound in part, but they also use another sound to let the other ducks know that they're happy, you know, where they're going, where they're swimming, and, you know, all this. They use several, like you might imagine from me making these two videos and all the sounds that you've heard these ducks make. You can imagine that they use different signals for different situations. Now, I've sat there and watched them a lot of the time, but you can't really decipher it, because it doesn't decipher to English or Russian or Chinese. Whatever it is what they are speaking to each other. And here's the noise. Alright, so like I said before, they will use this call intermittently with the other call, to show that they're happy, or to show that they're feeding, letting the other ducks know where they're going. Or they never make this sound when they're scared or flying away or anything else. I've only ever heard this sound when they're happy and feeding and with other ducks. Here it is. That sound is created by taking it's pretty much the same as the feeding call with the mallard call. If you can make a mallard feeding call, you can make this call. It's just straight up. If you can make that sound, you can do this call. While I'm blowing through this call, the back of my tongue is hitting the back of my mouth, and the tip of my tongue is hitting behind my teeth. So keep practicing with that, because you've got to move your tongue pretty fast to make the sound of a lot of drakes in one place. So the faster you go, the more drakes there are. And that's that. So I think that's about it. for those two calls. Wood ducks don't really make any other sounds other than the ones that I've already given you. They do make a lot of racket, but all those rackets and the calls that I've been showing you are about the only noises that they will make. I will tell you that this call will sound different almost every time. If you go to a wood duck puddle in Florida and then to a wood duck puddle in Arkansas, that noise is going to sound different. There's no getting around it. So the call is based upon the bird. So obviously that's true, because the sample that I gave you from that Cornell Lab of Ornithology sample, that should show you how different that noise can be, because all those birds are in one place, but they're again, I don't know what to call that call. That call sounds different coming out of all them birds. So whether it's this or this, it's all pretty much the same. We've went through every single call that I know how to do. Leave a comment down below if you have another call that I may have missed, and I'll make a part 3. But the next call-in video that I make is probably going to be blue-winged teal call. But yeah, I think we've been through every one of the wood duck calls that I know. So if I come up with something different about something, if I have forgotten something, I'll make a part 3 if I have to. But for right now, I think those are the last 2 calls that I know how to do. Watch part 1 and then watch part 2 for a complete explanation on how to use this duck call. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what you want to see next. If I forgot something, a call that they do that I may not have explained, if I forgot anything, if I forgot to do anything, leave it down in the comments. I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all in the next one.